$880,000 was spent to Pinnacle something to spend 18 months designing the project for Oak Ridge Park, 48 months building it, and 3 months after. The question is, here's the back and forth. What do you think this project is? And here's the detail.
It refers to project management at Oak Ridge, and it's $880,000 over 5 years, 9 months. What seems missing to me is what the project is. So the question basically is, 5 years and 9 months from now, what will be at Oak Ridge? I mean, what are these guys doing? And will it cost $880,000 as total as this? Or are these guys going to make suggestions, bring in more people? Or how much do you anticipate that whatever's going to be there in 6 years costing? What is it going to be, if you know yet? Or I don't know what these guys are supposed to be doing actually. And at 48 months, and it seems like an awful long timeline, since you can throw up a clubhouse in about, well, however long it's going to take. So, just more detail on the 724. That's it.
Thanks, Mr. Berry. I mean, that's a not to exceed number, and it's our hope, I think, collectively as a board, that that number will be reduced as a construction project manager for that project. And part of why we're bringing this firm on is to study the area, to look at the different phases of implementation at Oak Ridge, and to make some recommendations to this board about how we can move forward, making that a more productive park. And part of the success of this year, I'll say, has been the opening of the Ponderosa Park in Scotch Plains. I've only gotten positive comments, and that was something, project we worked on many years ago. It was opened this year. I think we have the same opportunity to turn that open space into a productive park, and we want to bring this construction manager on to give us options and to, in my mind, is to reduce the cost of any potential building that's going on there. So I appreciate the question, and that's my statement on that.
No clue. It could be a golf course again. I mean, why not? Do they have an idea of what they're spending $880? They bring these people in to do something with Oak Ridge. Usually when you build something, you have an idea what's going to be there, but I could throw, what could they're saying maybe ice rinks, but no, that seems, you can't get that for $880,000. Or
did that skating rink on 22 go bankrupt? Is that still open?
State 22.
Not too many people there.
There used to be murders over there.
Yeah.
Well, I think whatever, but I think there was ice over there.
Well, the thing is, after repeated questions about what is this, and specifically 6 years from now what's going to be there, I don't know. I don't think anybody does. They're going to spend money for something, and that, I think it was Wright who voted against that resolution, but Estrada seems to think he did too.
No, they both did.
No, it said he.
Well, you recorded
Final
it.
count.
Estrada, right?
I listened to
Well, we'll see. This is what Estrada said, defending his vote or non-vote. I don't think there was a no. It might have been just you have 8-4 and one other guy who didn't say anything. So this is Estrada's defense.
I think it's important to, I want to explain some of the issues that are behind this particular resolution from my vantage point. One is that there's no doubt that I believe that years ago when we decided to close down the golf course, we made a decision that something had to be done at Oakwood Park. And I believe that this is what's coming up at this particular time. My objection to doing it at this time is the fact is that I wanted to make sure that we're in a position financially to absorb this particular project, which can vary in terms of cost. And I truly believe that we have made a commitment. I think we will be doing something. There's already a master plan behind some of the projects that may be realized there. And my objection to it is just the timing issue. In essence, of the potential other expenses that we may incur this year that may not necessarily put us in the best position to move this project forward. So we've had things said that we've made some comments on.
Fairly weak, I mean lukewarm, he doesn't say it was a bad project. But bottom line, what project? I mean, just throwing 880,000 in there to build, still don't know.
Let me interrupt because actually what was it, late last year, they did a study of how many rinks are within 10 miles and how many rinks are within 20 miles. Wasn't that a study done? Because I remember reading something. And then they said staffing it, the cost of staffing. It was a detailed study they did. There was like within like 10 miles, there's 12 rinks.
That's what I mean, dude. I'm thinking, did the one on 22 go out of business?
Yeah, I don't remember that
was
being in
an
that
ice rink,
study,
though.
but I remember
It's
reading.
not ice.
I thought it
I
was.
remember reading that study, and I read the staffing and the dollar figures per staff was like so ridiculously low because once the county gets their hands on something, you're not going to see like low cost salaries. You're gonna see patronage jobs being stuffed in there.
Or you can have the
High
patronage
cost.
job with the low
Oh, a bunch
cost
of
salaries underneath them,
Yeah,
like
well,
at Reynolds.
the-
You'll be the higher paid that do nothing and
Yeah, the
they
personnel
supervise
costs-
all the little people.
It was a study, I think, from Baltimore. I think somebody out of Baltimore,
Right.
Washington, D.C., and the personnel costs, maybe they don't understand what the metropolitan area is, but the numbers were so
Yeah,
ridiculous.
but the thing is, yeah, you're saying this, but why? It would be fairly simple to have answered my question, what's going to be there with 6 years, by saying a rink. But that wasn't
I
said.
thought they did. Didn't they do a plan on that? A study?
They didn't put a plan on anything, but the freeholders seemed unaware, or nobody told them what they were going to build. They were just saying, well, you're spending 880,000, something's going to be there,
I
maybe.
thought it was 2 rinks. I thought they were planning on putting 2.
They might. I don't think they know. But that's the kind of thing. We're spending money, giving money to these people. Pinnacle, which campaign donors were they?
Oh, yes, they just last year, yeah, obviously Charlotte DeFilippo, behind the scenes, political boss, told Pinnacle if you want the contract, you have to donate. I'm only guessing, but oddly enough,
your
it sounds
opinion.
like if you want the contract, you have to donate to the campaign fund of the freeholders, $1,000.
I want to say
And here
something
they
about
are.
Charlotte before I forget.
Okay,
It's been
go ahead.
popping in and out of my head.
Okay, go ahead.
Charlotte has her county position, which she works from her house. She has permission to work from home, so she doesn't have to leave her house to go to a county facility for her $147,000 annual paycheck. But I'm told that she was in North Carolina at the convention, going around on a little scooter. But she got herself down to North Carolina, but she can't get herself over
You had
to
to go to work.
Elizabeth.
You had to work.
So, I just want to say that.
Last thing though was on Oak Ridge. And I'd like to commend Freeholder Wright on actually standing up. I think she voted no on that resolution. And I would vote no too. The question wasn't answered, what's going to be there in 6 years? I mean, are these guys coming in, looking, maybe deciding for themselves, throwing stuff out there? You're going to look at the master plan? I mean, honestly, if somebody looked at that piece of property and looked for possibilities, 2 words that, golf course comes up. I mean, that's what would come to my mind, open land, nice walking golf course.
Oh, put a golf course back there.
Yeah, so are these guys coming in to kind of, throw out ideas out there, pre-planning, or do they have a mission to have something there? Are you spending $880,000 to have, a bunch of guys just say, basketball courts would be nice, or soccer fields, or, I mean, do you have it? Because that's probably my main objection to this. Getting all this money, spending 6 years, and you really should kind of tell them what they should be built, rather than, leaving it open-ended. I assume there's no decision yet on what's going to be there, since you didn't answer. But if there isn't a decision, I'd like to, bring it back as to what is likely to be there in 6 years. Thanks.
So,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just a couple of things. One of the speakers brought up about Oak Ridge. And the fact of the matter is the board has been studying what is the go in that park for a number of years now. Currently, the plan is to move the skating center out of Warrenco over to Oak Ridge. The reason for bringing on the construction manager at this point is to move the project forward and to provide us with options as to the scope of the project. We've had some preliminary numbers now, but there's nothing set in stone as to the cost. One of the issues with Oak Ridge is that a lot of the mechanical things and utilities have to be brought in. It was a golf course, it didn't have those particular things out on a golf course itself. So that is probably a lot of what the work that will have to be done initially. But there certainly has been a plan that we've talked about for quite some time. We closed the golf course in 2008, 4 years now. So I believe that what was taken tonight, the board is ready to move forward with that, and we'll see that as it comes.